I hired a metabolic specialist to test my fat burning efficiency on an assault bike. And today we're here at Lifetime Fitness at Johns Creek, and I'm gonna be showing you what this active metabolic assessment is all about. I've been a member at Lifetime Fitness since 2007, over 16 years, and it's one of my favorite fitness facilities to work out at, mainly because they have numerous amenities and services such as dynamic personal training. They have an indoor-outdoor pool, multiple saunas, a spa where you can get a facial, you get your hair cut, deep tissue massage. They also have a life cafe serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, offering multiple pieces of supplementation, and then also different training modalities from yoga, Pilates, dance classes, hip hop, and of course group fitness classes, dynamic personal training services to help enhance your mobility, give you fitness assessments such what I'm doing today, the active metabolic assessment, which I can argue that it's one of the most important ones if you're going to spending any amount of time doing any kind of cardiovascular training. So let's go inside the club today, get this test done, and have a little bit of fun. All right, what's up? So we're here at Lifetime Fitness. I'm here with Kristen, and I'm about to get an active metabolic assessment done. Normally you would do this on a treadmill. I chose to do this on an assault bike. I do have a torn ACL, a few meniscus tears, so you'll probably see that on a future video, but I wanted to introduce her because I think this is something super important. If you're doing any kind of cardiovascular training, you should be getting this test done so you can gauge your fitness zone. So Kristen, tell me a little bit about what this test is and why should someone do it, and who are you?
My name is Kristen, and I'm a trainer at Lifetime Fitness, and one of my specialties is working as a metabolic test. And what we're going to do today is look at Frank's active metabolic test. So the reason you would want to do this is to assess not only your heart rate zones for training when you do cardio workouts, but we're also going to look at how strong Frank's heart is, and then also look at how efficient he is at using fat and carbohydrates as a fuel source.
All right, so what do we got to do first?
Yes, so what we're going to do is go take your body fat assessment first.
Okay.
So we're going to go downstairs to our in-body machine and get that done.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get his body fat with the in-body machine. It's pretty accurate. It's not as good as a DEXA scan, but this is what we have available.
Close enough.
First thing we're going to do, go ahead and take your shoes and socks off.
Alrighty.
Do you have any metal in your body?
No metal in my body.
Great.
We asked this. Need to take off a watch? No, it doesn't.
No,
okay,
no,
gotcha.
You can keep that on.
Okay.
Okay, heels are going to go on the circles.
Got it.
And then we're just going to get your weight to start with. Perfect.
Do I need to do anything posture-wise, like chest out,
no.
shoulders down?
So that's actually, let's input your phone number for your ID.
Okay, phone number, got it. Boom. Height.
And then he's going to put his height and his age in.
39. Male. Enter.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that your thumbs are on,
okay.
Your fingers are below, arms are not touching your torso.
Okay.
You're just going to stand nice and still. This is just going to send a current through his body, and it's going to tell us what of his body weight is skeletal mass, what is fat mass.
Current, right? No. Okay. It's a.
But the other cool thing we'll see is how hydrated he is, and see where some of his strength is in his limbs. It's not something that we necessarily need for this test, but if you do belong to a Lifetime Fitness, this is something that you can have done, and I think that's helpful in preventing injuries.
It's super important for people to be hydrated, right? That can affect your test a lot.
It can affect your heart rate for sure.
So if you're dehydrated, your heart rate increases?
Yes. Okay, so what we're looking at is just body fat percentage, 15.6 is in a great range.
Yep.
So we just want to remember his body fat and his total weight, which is 199.1. So we're going to take that upstairs.
Alrighty, sock shoes back on.
Exactly.
Yep, alright. So yeah, I'm probably pretty happy with where my body fat is. I'll be honest, I haven't exactly been trying to get much leaner right now, just really focusing on being strong. You know, cut out alcohol a couple months ago, so I've been doing that. And but it's, I've been very, very excited to do this. I've only done this test a couple other times, so yeah, we're gonna get it done today, and let's hopefully I don't pass out. All right, so we're back over here. I wanted to actually mention something real quick. So the hydration level, where was I at, and what's the range for hydration on that test?
So you were at 0.372.
0.372, okay, what's the bottom end?
So anything below 0.36.
So I was pretty close to dehydrated?
You're pretty good, actually.
Okay.
That number
so 0.36 and then
is sensitive.
0.37, I'm good with that?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
What's the max? What's the top end of hydration?
So generally if we see someone over 0.38, it's going to indicate inflammation in the body.
Oh, wow.
And that can be from a number of factors.
Right in the sweet spot?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I would say you're good.
Good to know. All right, cool.
All right, so we're just going to get some questions answered, so I've got a baseline for you. How tall are you?
5'11".
When was the last time you had a hard workout, and what did you do?
A hard workout, I would probably say last week here on a Wednesday, Lifetime, doing some Bulgarian split squat pauses, working some eccentrics, 5-second holds at the bottom. That was probably like the hardest thing of the workout, but I wouldn't say it was like the most strenuous or anything like that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Last night, did you get 7 hours or more of sleep?
I believe I did. I did go to bed a little late, 10:30, woke up 6:30, a little late. No,
okay.
11, 11:30, 6:30, that's 7, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, 7, yeah.
Was it restful sleep?
I believe so, yeah. I slept straight through the night, didn't wake up one bit, and felt good, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, what did you have to eat last night?
Oh, last night I had ground beef and cauliflower rice. It was very boring, but yep, that was dinner last night.
Did you have anything to drink, including water?
Like water?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, I had water all day. I want to say, do you need to know how much?
No.
Yeah, I had water yesterday or last night.
And then what have you had today, beverage and food-wise?
Beverage, food-wise. This morning I had 2 almond flour tortillas with 3 whole eggs, maybe half a cup of egg whites, and 6 slices of turkey bacon. The only thing I've had probably half of, let's say, pro carbs, so I don't know, 25 grams of powdered carbs and maybe 20 grams of protein powder. And some yerba mate tea. Probably had 30 ounces of that upon waking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you take any supplements or medications today?
Supplements, yes. You want to know them all? Lifetime Fitness, AM, PM formula, Lifetime Fitness probiotic. I love their supplements, I'll be honest. Lifetime Greens. I did the Lifetime Collagen. What else? I did the curcumin from Thorn. The fish oils, and vitamin D, and yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah.
All good supplements.
Yeah, those are my staples.
Okay, the last thing, do you take any nicotine products?
No nicotine products.
That's good. All right, so what we're gonna do is use the Airdyne bike.
Okay. Now, most of the time, these tests get done on a treadmill of sorts, and I've done a few others on the treadmill. First time doing this. Have you ever had someone do it on an assault bike before?
Not recently.
Or a spin bike?
We do spin bikes.
Spin bikes are normal? Okay.
Spin bikes, treadmills, pretty much everything but the rower. Okay. I have not done the rower yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So we're gonna do. So basically, every phase is going to be 2 minutes.
Okay,
and
2 minutes in phases? How many phases, or as long as
That's a good question, yeah. So it's basically a ramp test, and when we do this, you're going to start off easy, and then every 2 minutes, I'm going to take you up another notch. All right.
So probably we're looking at the watts, maybe?
Yeah, we're going to look at the watts.
I was trying to do some watts workouts, and it actually gets pretty challenging trying to up it.
That's going to be your homework. The heart rate monitor is going to do its thing and check your heart rate. Okay. What we're going to do is put a mask on you.
Okay.
So this mask, what we want to do is make sure it goes over your nose and over your chin.
Okay.
And then just going to fit it in nice and snug.
Now, before we put on the mask, I wanted to see, so as I'm doing this, normally do you cut the test off at a certain point? And then at that point, I know, does this test VO2? And if it tests VO2, like, do we keep going on the test? If I can keep pushing it, does that make a difference at all? Or
That's a good question. So what we're going to do is every 2 minutes when we ramp, I'm going to ask you how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. For this particular test, since your arms and legs are being used, I'm going to ask you to speak a number. Normally,
speak a number, okay.
Yeah, so I'll show you this.
Okay.
So that you know and can tell me where you are at the end of that phase.
Rate of perceived exertion.
Exactly.
If you want to check this out. You want to see this rate of perceived exertion? So those are the numbers I'm going to be using to see how I feel. So scale 1 to 10, 10 being absolute max,
exactly.
1 being chilling, right?
So once you get to an 8, 9, or 10,
okay,
that's when I'll ask if you can do another phase.
Got it.
Yes or no. But usually people start to burn there. So once we're in that range, if you tell me no, and the important thing with this one is because we're dealing with an injury, I want this to be not only on effort, but if you feel pain. So we don't want it to be worse.
Good on the assault bike. Assault bike feels nice. I think it's running, and I have done it, but for a prolonged period of time, it gets a little worse. So.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I can't tell you if it's going to actually give you our total VO2.
Okay.
It does
give me a range.
Yeah, we'll go over that when we get to the test. I really need to see what's happening from the fuel source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so let's go ahead and put this on.
Okay.
This is going to go on your arm.
Okay.
We just want to make sure we're getting heart rate reading.
Okay.
So make sure it's just on
forearm.
Whatever's comfortable.
Okay.
Once it's on, we're going to turn the heart rate monitor on.
Okay.
And then it should pick up a reading here. All right. And so I'm going to let the machine calibrate. And while it's calibrating, you're going to put this on.
Alrighty.
So again, nice and snug.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty secure.
Perfect. All right, so we'll go ahead and have you sit down. I'm just going to tape this so it stays out of your way. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Start moving. We're going to start with 30 watts here, so it might feel pretty easy, but let's just keep it simple.
All right, we just wrapped up, and so we're actually gonna have to film a separate video because what she was just telling me off camera, we might need, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. It's so important, but I'll say real quick, my optimal fat burning zones, I think was between 120 and 147. Peak threshold, what we hit, like 162?
Yeah, your threshold is 162.
162, so this is pretty cool for me because when I first did this test, I think my anaerobic threshold was like 147, 50, and then I got it to like 157. So 15 years later, I've improved it by like, I don't know, roughly 13, 15 points, which is pretty cool. But we'll have a separate video going over some of the watts that I used was a little bit different because not everybody has like a higher base threshold than I did. So Kristen, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thanks for being here and taking me through this. I find this is one of the most important cardiovascular tests you could ever do. So if you're interested in getting a test done, I'll link Kristen's information down below. I'll also put a link down below to Lifetime Fitness. If you want to come down to Johns Creek, sign up, join the club, see her. She's a metabolic test. She does a hell of a job. And plus with her previous training, which we didn't talk too much about, you've done some triathlons.
I have.
Yeah, she's into this stuff, right? This is her thing, right? This is not my thing, but I love knowing about this. So it's really great. So come down here to Lifetime Fitness, check it out, hit up Kristen, link down below. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks so much for watching this video. Share this with a friend or family member that you think could benefit from a cardiovascular test. If they're a cardio bunny on the treadmill, riding a bike, swimming laps in the pool, I don't know if they're gonna do that here, but we could probably talk about that in some other video. Get a test done because I think it's gonna make you a more efficient person when you're doing your cardiovascular training. Appreciate you, love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.
I keep on working, got purpose and worth. Music's my cure and this world is my purse. Get rid of this curse with every verse. Of course I've been hurt, but some have been much worse. Leave me alone, get out of my head. Block out the opinions until I am dead. They all go to sleep, but you listen instead. Listen some more and you'll cease to regret. I keep on working, I got it on track. You gonna see my name up on the flag. I sail this ship and I'll never come back. I keep this bitch on the line to attack. Never look back, I make a record like Crash. Top of my bracket I smash, I'm like a pack. I'm about to stack it like cash. It's gonna happen so fast. Never change myself.